Hello, this is Tijuana, the Real Estate Apostle, living my best life coach. And today is April 28th, 2022. And if this is your first time at my channel, thank you for stopping by. And my channel is dedicated to the little entrepreneur such as myself. Anyway, my channel is dedicated to entrepreneurship and becoming an entrepreneur. So basically it's dedicated to me and my journey on becoming an entrepreneur. Hence why today's title was so really meant a lot to me when I came across this title. It said, should you leave the corporate career to become an entrepreneur? So that question really, it really kind of hit home for me because if you've been following me since July 2020 when I originally started this channel, and the first time that I had actually quit my corporate job to be an entrepreneur. If you'd asked me that question back then, I would have been like, of course, quit your job and become an entrepreneur, because I actually even said that. You can go back and look on videos where I was telling people, I was boasting about quitting my job, because I did. And I had July 24th was my retirement. I had retired from nursing. I had got on social media and announced it on Facebook, where I was like, telling everybody I was done with it. I was going to be an entrepreneur because I had got my real estate license in 2020, and I was going to be big in real estate. I always laugh at this because in my mind at that time in 2020, when I quit my job to be an entrepreneur, I really, since I know that I'm a hard worker, so I just knew that there was no reason, there was no way that I was not gonna make it. Like I didn't, I could do it. Like I could be an entrepreneur, quit my job, and actually do it. So fast forward, a year and a half later, 18 months later, when I went through failing miserably in front of all 2,000 of my subscribers. Anyway, but still, some people are going to see it. It's going to be there. All that to say is that ask me today, and maybe I have a different answer. But here we go. I'm going to give you my own personal not opinion, but my own personal experience, because I actually experienced. And like I said, you guys can go back and look. The proof is there. The proof is in the video. Okay, so should you leave the corporate career to become an entrepreneur? I say yes, but yes. We say yes and no, and I know that's kind of like a crappy answer to say yes and no. But the reason why I'm saying yes and no, or yes and but is because you are the only one that can decide if you will be a successful entrepreneur. Like we're the only one standing in our way. Like I'm the only, or was the only, obstacle in my own way, and so everything else is just part of life. But anyway, I don't want to be getting off too far off the on tangent here. Focus. Okay, so back to the story here. Okay, so I in the beginning, of course, said yes, because I did. I actually quit my job to do it. But now looking back on it, I would say that you should, but only after you have made a plan and you got your ducks in a row and you have the green light of business credit. And I honestly can say that starting a business, or leaving the comfort of your comfortable corporate job to take a chance on being an entrepreneur feels a lot safer and a lot more secure, like some of the things you would get from having a job. You may feel like you have some job safety because it's a job, but we saw in the pandemic that everybody's job ain't safe. That's why I say be a nurse. I always still preach, get your nursing because it's a great career. However, like I've said before, nursing has an expiration date. So, I did 30 years in the game. So it was time for me to get out and to, start something else. And being an entrepreneur was something that I always wanted to, be. And so I did that. However, all my ducks weren't in a row, and I learned a very valuable lesson as far as have business credit. Because I, in the beginning, used my own personal credit, my own personal money, and within months, I was looking like a desperate, a desperate fool that no one would even, loan me any money because I had, used all my personal sources. Okay, so yes, of course, I thought that quitting, the job was the only way in order to be a successful entrepreneur because a lot of times if you do have a demanding job or a corporate job or a high-paying job, usually that means that you're working a lot of hours. You are, you have a high achieving job, so it's going to take and require a lot of time. So when that happens, it's very difficult to run and start and run a business. That's, it's hard to do. So quitting your job is the only way to be successful, because if you take that same time that you were putting on working at this job and you put it on working on you in your business, there's your success right there. However, I would say to make sure that you had a real plan, which involved having a real business so you can be a real entrepreneur. Otherwise, you're just kind of like, having a hobby or something like that. But if you have a real business with a real plan, of course, the only way for you to be successful is to quit your job and be an entrepreneur. At least that's my opinion, and I could say because I've done it both ways. In the beginning, the first time I did it in 2020 when I quit to do the real estate full time. I didn't have enough things planned out. And a lot of times, you can never plan too much, plan too much. And so they say that those who fail to plan to fail. And it is extremely true. So the best thing that you can do is to make plans and then to have backup plans. Not really backup plans, but your what you're going to do, your resolution, have different resolutions for problems, and predict problems and foresee problems and come up with solutions for those problems that you could foresee. That way, when the problem when and if it does happen, you will be prepared and have answers, so you'll have a response. A lot of times when things happen, like in the beginning, like I would say right about probably about November, December is when things started to get really bad for me. When I was like broke, I had I went through everything, and then I was desperately started trying to apply for business credit, and that wasn't really happening because my personal credit now was a mess because I was maxed out on all my business, on all my personal, all my personal credit cards was maxed out because I was using them to, survive off of and stuff, paying my utility bills with it. I was eating off, I was charging food, that's how desperate I was because I went through all of my savings. I went through everything, for the business. And the business destroyed me, almost nearly destroyed me. So I was on life support for these last little 10 months when I went back to work, went back to that corporate to, get a consistent paycheck to be able to get my ducks in a row. And I'm here again today, having quit again to start, back for the entrepreneurship. So I say yes, leave your job, but make sure that you have a plan and that a real plan. Like go through some motions, have a checklist, and and then too, even if you didn't have the checklist, at least you tried. Like there's, like they say, the only thing to fear is fear itself. Like you just have to try. And if you fail, then oh well, you failed. At least you try. You just get up and you try again, You just keep trying. You're never going to be successful if you are afraid to try. And you're never going to be successful if you don't try. So go ahead and try. And have fun failing, you know what I mean? I'm just saying that now because, I'm moving up the mountain again. But when you're in the valley, I ain't gonna lie, it's scary. It could be perceived as scary, but that's when you gotta work on your mindset and you change your vocabulary. And that really makes a big difference. So thank you for listening to this video. This here is making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row here, and I'm just excited because I'm feeling like this time and I know I've said this before to y'all in the past, but this time I'm for real. I'm going to keep this here commitment, and there's some more stuff I'm gonna talk to y'all about, so I'll probably put up another video, but here's one for now, and I'll see y'all again in another video. Thank you. If you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. See you tomorrow. Peace.